Okay, we're ready. If you're new to cooking or just want to make something for dinner that's pretty quick and easy, black bean soup is where it's at, y'all. I know it might not sound super exciting, but trust, it's easy, it's relatively cheap, it doesn't take a long time, and it freezes and reheats super well. So I'm a big fan, and I'm gonna show you how I make it in my own kitchen. It's a pretty short ingredient list, all things considered, and you can make this in well under 30 minutes. So here we go. I have my burner on over medium high. I know everybody says that, but everybody's stove is gonna be a little different. So mine is on medium high, and that's because my first step here is going to be to saute onions and the poblano peppers. So my pot here is feeling pretty ready to go. I'm just gonna take some olive oil, do a couple drizzles there. So in goes my onion and poblanos. Saute those for about 5 minutes or until softened. All right, now this is about where you'll want to add in your garlic, and I'm about to share my favorite, one of my favorite kitchen items, hacks, whatever it is. These frozen crushed garlic cubes, or in this case, little rounds. These are the bomb. They are so helpful. They're so convenient. I think it tastes way better than garlic. No hate to garlic, but I'm just throwing that out there. So all you do is you're just gonna pop in your crushed garlic. I'm gonna do like 3 to 4. Once we get our garlic in, we're just gonna give that another quick saute just for like 30 seconds to a minute. And then we'll add in our seasonings. All right, so I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of cumin. And I measure with my heart, but you feel free to actually measure if that helps you or if you're new to the kitchen. I'm gonna plop that in, give that a quick stir. I'm also going to add in my salt at this time. And then next I'm gonna add in my chipotle peppers, chipotle and adobo. So they come in the can like this, they come whole. And we're gonna wanna chop them up just a little bit, seeds and all. And I also wanna get some of the juice in there, some of the liquid or the adobo sauce that is in the jar. So actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plop 2 in and just break them up with my spoon. If you want them finer, please feel free to chop them, but I'm just rolling with this today. Okay, so I'm breaking them up. They're really soft and easy to break up, so again, that's why I'm going that route, but I'm breaking those up, and then we'll mix them in with the poblanos, the onion, and the garlic. All right, y'all, now we're onto the beans. So I'm adding in I'm gonna do 3 cans of beans in their juice or in the bean liquid, just for some extra bean oomph, some bean flavor. Okay, 3 cans of beans, and now we're gonna add in the broth. So I opted for bouillon, which is this magical product here. You can buy it in the little cubes, but I really like it in this paste. And you just mix it in with hot water, basically, or just water, really. So that's what I've done here. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour this all in. I'm gonna toss in a couple bay leaves and then let it simmer and do its thing for a few minutes. And it'll be just about done. And while that starts to simmer, I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to start cleaning up my mess, because I don't know how to cook without making a mess. That's just, I am who I am. And I also wanna be sure to turn this up just a touch so that it actually starts to simmer. Okay, back to cleaning. No, you can't have that, Bubby, it's garlic. You aren't allowed to have garlic. Okay, so we've been simmering for about 10 minutes or so, and you can leave this going longer if you'd like, but I'm ready. I'm ready to be done cooking, so 10 minutes is good enough for me. What I am going to do, though, is make sure that I taste and adjust anything that I might want or need to according to my preference. So the salt might be the thing that you want to adjust, just depending on, you know, the broth that you used or your salt preferences in general. I used about a teaspoon of kosher salt. If you're using table salt or a different kind of salt, that might also affect how much you ultimately want to use as well. So let's give it a little taste here to see where we're at. Okay, to me that's perfect, so I'm not gonna mess with anything. However, I am going to take an extra step to just change the texture a little bit. This is great as is. This step is totally optional. Can you see me behind all the steam here. So this is an optional step, and what I'm going to do is kind of like half blend the soup just for like a creamier, kind of thicker texture. If you do want to follow along here, you're gonna wanna make sure that you take out your bay leaf and that your heat is turned off, because what we're gonna do, I think I have black beans on my face, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna use an immersion blender to partially blend, I kind of started already, which is why it's dirty, but to partially blend the soup. So all you do is just put that right in, give it a few pulses, and then stop when you've gotten it the consistency that you like. Okay, Lou is ready for me to be done cooking. So thankfully this is done. This looks great, it tastes great. I like to serve it with some queso fresco, cilantro, maybe avocado or sour cream if I have it. It's great over rice, with tortilla chips, even bread. Overall, it's just a solid meal option that reheats well and comes together quickly. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more recipes that support cooking and recovery.